Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. So today we're doing one of my favorite videos to film, which is a drugstore and affordable products versus high-end products. And I already have everything on my face right now. You guys know I really don't come on camera first to show you guys my full glam, but today I wanted to do it because I really want you guys to guess which side is which. So before you get into the video, go ahead and leave your comments down below because I love seeing the guesses from you guys, especially from my notification gang. So if you don't have your notifications on, make sure that you are, for one, subscribe to my channel and also click the bell so that way you will know every time I upload a video. So leave your guesses down below what side is what, and then once you start watching the video, let me know by replying to your comment if you were right or wrong. I love to read you guys' comments, so go ahead and leave the guesses down below. But yes, I am super excited for today's video because like I said, these are my favorite videos to film, and if you guys are new to my channel, I love to share drugstore and affordable products as well as high-end products. So I do like to have a good mix on my channel. So yes, I feel like I've talked way too much in this intro, so let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so I tried my best to grab more products this time around because usually I don't do two different lashes, I don't do two different eyeliners, I don't do two different lip primers or lip balms before I apply anything on the face. So I tried to grab the closest products as possible in my collection that I thought were really close, that could be dupes, but you guys are gonna definitely see those on my face. So the first thing I always do after washing my face is apply a lip balm on my lips. So with that being said, y'all know I always apply my Biossance lip balm. This is the Rose Vegan balm. You can get it from Sephora, but I was searching through my collection just to see if I can find anything close to this, and the closest that I found that was drugstore is my Milani Keep It Smooth lip balm. I used to use this all the time in my videos back. Ooh, girl, it's been a while, but this was the first product I always used on my lips before I went into my makeup. And if you have been rocking with my channel for a while, ever since way back then, y'all know about this. But yeah, this is the Milani Keep It Smooth Luxe lip treatment. So I think I'm gonna do drugstore affordable products on this side and then high-end products on this side. So the differences between these lip balms is the Milani is actually a little bit more thin than the Biossance, but I do like how they keep my lips moisturized. So that is what we're gonna do. We're putting on two different lip balms, okay? So Biossance on this side of my lips. And Milani Keep It Smooth on this side of my lips. And as you can see, they both give me a nice glossy lip. It's just the Biossance is a little bit thicker than the Milani Keep It Smooth. So that's out of the way. The next thing I do is moisturize my skin, but today I'm not gonna use a moisturizer because I have some primers that are pretty moisturizing. So Farsali Skin Tune Face Primer, we're gonna be comparing it to the e.l.f. Blurring Primer Serum. I've used this one in one of my recent videos, and I told you guys that this one is really close to the Farsali. I did do a full day wear test wearing this. Not just this, but I did like a full day wear test using some new products, and I really liked how my skin looked by the end of the day. But just based off of that day and also me wearing this a few more times after filming that video, I do feel like this is a great dupe to the Farsali Skin Tune Blurring Primer. So we're gonna put Farsali on this side and e.l.f. on this side. By the way, I will try to have the everything linked down below as well as like the prices. If I don't put the prices, you guys can always click on the link and it'll take you straight to the website. I'm actually almost out of this stuff, but yeah, just to let those of you know who want to know how much everything that I'm using is. Just got it in my hair. You can always look down below in the description and click on the links and you will see the products there. Both of these primers are really creamy. Like they go on kind of like a thick moisturizer, and I love how they feel. And then they also both kind of dry down to a kind of sort of tacky finish, but not too tacky, if that makes sense. But they do dry down. As you guys can see, this is already drying down, but it does feel really hydrating on the skin. So that's why I'm not really going in with a a moisturizer. So now let's go ahead and apply the e.l.f. Blurring Primer Serum on this side of the face. So y'all can see already both of them. I mean, the packaging is the same. It's just e.l.f. you get more product. This, it doesn't even say how much product is in here on the bottle, but you can see that they are both definitely different sizes, but I feel like the Farsali is actually a little bit thicker, well, fatter than the e.l.f. bottle, but they're both glass. So they are glass. Can y'all hear that? They're glass, so that is that. All right, so this is how it looks on both sides of the face with both of them applied. We have Farsali on this side and e.l.f. on this side. So Farsali is completely dried down. I just applied the e.l.f., so it is kind of taking a minute to dry down, but they both definitely make your skin feel really, really, really smooth. And I like how my foundation goes on once I start applying the foundation on top of them, but this is how it looks. Speaking of foundations, I pulled out my Fenty Hydrating Foundation and I'm gonna be using it with my NYX Born to Glow. I've already done reviews on both of these foundations. If you guys ever wanna see a review from me from a certain foundation, all you have to do is type in Andrea Renee and then whatever the foundation is, and it should pop up on the screen like that. But Fenty will be this side and then NYX on this side. I use the shade 420 in the Fenty Hydrating Foundation, and I like this one better than the Pro Filter Soft Matte Foundation because the color looks better, and I just like how this gives me more of a natural radiant finish, and it's just, I just like it so much better than the other one. Also, by the way, I am going to be using two different sponges. Both of these are Sonia Kashuk from Target. Dang it, you know what I forgot to do? Dang, what is wrong with me? I forgot to do my brows, and y'all know I do my brows first before anything, but it's okay. I'll go over the brows with the brow pencil. A lot of y'all seem to like how my brows look once I get done with my, doing my whole makeup, because in the video where I did my Vanity Chat Sunday last Sunday, that's what I did, because I did like a natural soft glam, like a no makeup look, and I noticed in the comments that a lot of you guys like how my brows look so much better once I do them last, because they look more natural. I don't know, I'm just so used to doing them before foundation, but I'll do them last today. But yeah, this is how Fenty looks. Now let's go ahead and apply NYX Born to Glow. I'm in the shade Cappuccino in this foundation. Okay, the nose is always the hardest to get, especially when using a sponge, but I prefer to use sponges anyway when I blend out my foundation. But so far, this is how my skin is looking. So we have high end on this side and then affordable on this side. You know what? I'll go ahead and do my brows now instead of waiting to the very end, because I'm about to put on concealer, and I usually put concealer on under my brows anyway. So that's what I'm gonna do. So the brow pencils I have decided to pull out today is my Fenty brow pencil and my Covergirl brow pencil. I use this thing so freaking much. I've repurchased this over and over and over and over and over again because it is one of my favorite drugstore brow pencils, and I hope they never, ever, ever, ever discontinue this. But I use the shade Soft Brown, so Covergirl will be on this side and then Fenty on this side. And by the way, I'm in the shade Black Brown in the Fenty, yeah, Black Brown in the Fenty brow pencil. Let me brush my brow hairs up first and then apply. I don't see how people do brows after foundation, especially if you're one of those people that cleans the brows up with concealer. I don't see how you do it after you get done applying basically your entire face. But then, I mean, there are people that don't even clean up the brows with concealer. I don't know, I just feel like my brows look so much more defined and just more, it just gives it more of a oomph with the concealer. you know? So going into concealer, I pulled out 4 different ones because I'm using 2 different ones on both sides. I pulled out my Natasha Denona matte concealer, and I think this one is really close to the Flower Beauty concealer. This is called the Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer. Both of these are full coverage, and I feel like the formulas are very, very close. It's just Natasha Denona is obviously way more. And then I also pulled out my e.l.f. Flawless Concealer, which is one that I've been using a lot recently. You guys know if you have been watching my tutorials recently. But after using this several times over and over and over again, I feel like it is so close to the Fenty Beauty Concealer. The consistency, how it feels, the creaminess of it, it just, did I even make sense right there? But I don't know, it just seems very close to Fenty. So these two are great dupes if you're wanting to try something that's close to Fenty, but obviously way cheaper. Flawless Concealer by e.l.f. You can get this off of the e.l.f. website, but I'm gonna go in first with the full coverage concealers. By the way, I feel like both of these are pretty hydrating, and then these 2 that I'm about to go in first are pretty matte, but they're not too drying, if that makes sense. Natasha Denona is a little bit more drying than the Flower Beauty, but both of these are really close. So first, let's go in with Natasha Denona. I'm in the shade Warm Yellow. And then Flower Beauty Concealer, I'm actually in the shade Deep, which is the darkest shade. I wish they would come out with more shades because this is actually a really good concealer. It's just the shades are definitely a little bit lighter. You guys can see a difference there. Flower Beauty is definitely lighter. Now that I have that on, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with Fenty. I'm gonna take a little bit of Fenty. This is actually my perfect shade if I want to use it as my, I'm just putting some under right here, if I want to use it as my foundation. And I've actually used this as a foundation, and I've done a video on that already if you guys want to see it. But e.l.f., I'm in the shade Deep Chestnut, and this one is darker than the Deep Chestnut 16-hour camo concealer. So even though the names are the same, it's just darker than that one. And this color is the exact same color as the Fenty concealer in the shade 420. All right, I have 2 different sponges for my concealer as well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and blend both of those out. And also take it on my lid. I forgot to go in with concealer under my brows, so I'm gonna take a little bit of Fenty and a little bit of the Natasha Denona to lighten it up. Then I'm gonna take my e.l.f. Cosmetics brush, which you can get from Target, and just clean up the brow like this. Look how good that looks. Look at that. Now I need to do the same thing on this side. Taking the e.l.f. Cosmetics concealer, just putting a little bit under my brows, and then taking a little bit of the Flower Beauty concealer and putting a little bit of this under my brows as well. And then just cleaning it up. Now we can blend everything out. So since it's always harder to get the middle of my face with 2 different concealers, I'm just gonna take one, and that's gonna be the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer, just to get the middle, because it's always so hard to get, because I always struggle with using 2 concealers in this area. So just pretend like the middle of my face where you can draw a line, just pretend like I have on 2 different concealers right there. But I don't know, I just feel like that's like the hardest part to do when doing these types of videos, because it's hard to blend out 2 different concealers. But anyway, now let's go into setting my concealer with setting powder. So I pulled out my Pat McGrath setting powder in the shade Medium 3, and I feel like this is close to the Revolution setting powder. This one is in the shade Deep Honey. Both of these are pretty much the same color. Pat McGrath is a little bit more warm than Revolution Pro, but as far as how these wear on my skin, I feel like they're very close. Revolution setting powder, I've already done a video on this one too. So both of these I've done a video on. Pretty much all of the products that I'm using in today's video, I've already done a video on them. So yeah, let me just go ahead and apply this so y'all can see what I'm talking about. And I'm gonna use the same sponges that I use for the concealer, just so I don't know, I just like using sponges to apply my setting powder anyway. So Pat McGrath will be on this side. See how this blurred everything out? Girl, look at that canvas right there. So smooth. All right, and then on this side, we're gonna take the Revolution setting powder. I do not like how this is packaged. When you open it up, there's a mirror inside. I feel like it's not needed because it gets pretty dirty, and honestly, I don't know. I just feel like the mirror is not needed anyway. But let's go ahead and apply it. Still using the Revolution powder. I'm gonna try to do 2 different ones. I've done this in my other videos, but it's just so hard to do. But I'm gonna do it. And then on my forehead, I'll do the same thing with the Revolution powder, but I'm gonna put on the same powder down the bridge of my nose. All right, so what do you guys think? What side are you liking the best so far? High-end, drugstore, affordable? Let me know. Oh, let's get the sides of my face. I usually get setting powder or put setting powder right there. So going in with Pat McGrath, now we're going into Makeup Revolution and doing the same thing on this side. All right, I know I look crazy with this setting powder on the bottom of my face, but I am gonna dust it away using the Charlotte Tilbury pressed powder. I'm gonna give this another try because a lot of you were telling me to use it as a finishing powder instead of a under eye setting powder. So we're gonna use this, and we're also going to be using the NABLA pressed powder. This one is the shade Dark, and this one by Charlotte Tilbury is in the shade Dark. Yeah, Dark, so Dark and Dark. And I haven't even used NABLA as an all over finishing powder. I've actually used this as a setting powder, and I actually kind of like it in a way, but it doesn't keep me matte. So I'm gonna try to use it as a finishing powder today. Both of these are pretty light, but the people that were in the comments that were telling me that they use it as a finishing powder, they were saying it kind of goes on like a translucent, so it doesn't really change up the color of your foundation. So that's what we're gonna do today instead of doing a pressed foundation powder, because y'all know I always go in with a pressed foundation powder just to set everywhere else on the face that I didn't apply loose setting powder, but I want to use this instead. So going into Charlotte Tilbury, we're gonna take my fluffy hourglass brush and just sweep this all over the face. It's not making me look ashy. Let me buff away this setting powder. Okay, y'all, so I just had to get up to get some powder just to kind of blend in the bottom of my jaw, because that setting powder pretty much set on my face too long and it just left a light line. So the powders I just used or just applied for this part of my face is a Sephora Micro Smooth in the shade Deep. So I put it right here. And then I also use the Revolution matte base powder in the shade P13. And I put it on this side of my face. I did mess up my foundation right here because that setting powder that was sitting on my skin, I felt like it wouldn't blend out. So I took my beauty sponge, which was a dumb thing to do, and I started to blend it out, and then it kind of pulled up some of that foundation, so it left a little mark. But I went ahead and went over everything with these two pressed foundation powders. Now going on to this side, because I still haven't applied any of the NABLA setting powder. So going over this side, we're gonna take the NABLA pressed powder in the shade Dark. By the way, this is how my face looks with the Charlotte Tilbury powder, so it definitely did not change up the color of my foundation. So I applied it right in this area where I didn't apply any loose setting powder, and I also applied it right here on my forehead, and then just pretty much everywhere else. But as you guys can see, it definitely did not make my foundation look any lighter, so it does go on like a translucent powder, so I like that. And I'm gonna wipe off my Hourglass brush on a napkin, a dry napkin, just to get most of that Charlotte Tilbury powder off, because I don't have any other brush that's clean enough to use. All right, now let's go into the NABLA and see if this is gonna be any different. Okay, so this one goes on really, really soft, like the Charlotte Tilbury. Oh yeah. So okay, I didn't think I would like these powders. Like, I didn't think it would look like it does. I mean, it just looks like I applied a clear filter on my face. It looks so smooth, airbrushed, really, really nice. But yeah, now that everything is pretty much set, I'm gonna go back into my brows and just kind of smooth them out on the inner corners like this, using the little spoolie on my brow pencil, and then kind of brushing them up. Now I can finally use some bronzer to warm up my skin up here. So I'm gonna take my Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer in the shade Mahogany and the Revolution Soft Base Matte, the shade P14. Y'all, I've been loving this powder, okay? This is a really, really good, cheap powder that is so good. And I feel like this color is so close to the Anastasia bronzer. Like, the colors are so close. So first we're gonna apply Anastasia on this side of the face. So we have Anastasia warming up the skin. This is my favorite part of applying makeup, is just warming up the skin, girl. It just makes everything come together, makes it look so pretty. I just love it. And I'm gonna try to wipe all of that off the brush. By the way, this is a Sephora 50. I don't have another brush that's clean. I need to clean my brushes so bad. Now going into Revolution and doing the same thing on this side. And I like to go back into the bronzer and taking the Anastasia bronzer, just taking it down the sides of my nose, just to contour my nose. I like to start right here where the brow ends and then kind of take it down like that. All right, going back into the Revolution powder, I'm just gonna flip the brush over and doing the same thing on this side of my nose. Just taking it right here. Okay, so next we're gonna take a little bit of the setting powder again, and this is where I just let it sit on the side of my nose while we do the eyeshadow. So taking the Pat McGrath and then Makeup Revolution, doing the same thing on this side. Okay, girl, finally time to pull out these palettes. I pulled out my Colored Rain palette because I haven't used this in a long time, and I wanted to use it for today's video because this actually reminded me of my Colourpop palette. This one is called All I See Is Magic. Not every shade, but it has several shades in the Colored Rain palette that's in the Colourpop palette. So here's Colored Rain, and then this is Colourpop. Colored Rain has purples, orange, gold, brown. It's like a bronzy plum palette, and this one is as well. The biggest difference is the Colourpop palette has this blue in here. It has this green looking color right here, and that's it. That is it. Oh yeah, that is it. So all the other shades that are in this palette, even though it's more shades, they're very, very close to the Colored Rain palette. So the first shade I'm gonna start out with is this orange color right here. And the same color is in Colored Rain right here. So I'm gonna take my Morphe M504. I have several of these brushes, you guys. I have so many of them. So both Morphe M504, 2 different eyes, but they're gonna be my crease for the crease today. So going into Colourpop right here. Let's just put this right here in the crease. What, girl, I don't even know what I'm going for. Like, what look are we going for today? Okay, I think I know. I think I know. Somebody asked me in the comments in my last video, how do I know what eyeshadow to pick when I'm doing my tutorials? And truth is, I never know. I never, ever know what eyeshadow look I'm going for because I just pretty much wing it and whatever happens, happens. All right, now going into Color Rain, picking up that same color and applying it on this side. All right, so this is how we're looking. You know what? This one looks a little bit pink, a little bit more pink than this one. This is like a true orange shadow, but it's gonna do. It's gonna work. We're gonna make this work. Going back into Colourpop, we're gonna pick up this color right here. It's like a plum berry shade, and I'm gonna take my Fenty blending brush. This is the number 210, and this is gonna go in the crease. Like this. And going into the Color Rain palette, doing the same thing. I'm gonna pick up this color right here. It's called Ladyship. And taking another brush, another Fenty brush, which by the way, I have several of these too. But the blending, but yeah, the Fenty blending brush, and doing the same thing on this side. Just keeping it right here in the crease. By the way, Colored Rain is obviously more than the Colourpop eyeshadow palette. It's not high-end, but it costs more than Colourpop. Now I'm gonna go back into Colourpop and taking this middle shade right here because this one is really close to this color right here in Colored Rain. I'm gonna use my Anastasia double-sided brush and just apply this shade on the outer part of the lid like this. So now Colored Rain, we're gonna take this shade right here at the bottom using a different brush. This is still the Anastasia double-sided brush. I just got a clean one, and doing the same thing on this side. My battery is dying. Okay, so now it's getting kind of weird because I almost want to take that same color and just put it all over my lid, but at the same time I want to keep it interesting. So let's use this light color right here. This is like a really, really light peachy shade. I'm using my Urban Decay double-sided brush. And we're gonna place this color on the inner part of the lid. I should have just used some concealer to cut the crease, or just to at least have it, I don't know. We'll see how this works, but I'm just packing it right here on the inner part. I'm gonna take the same brush, just kind of flip it over, and I'm gonna use this shade in the Colored Rain palette and do the same thing on this side. So still sticking with Colored Rain, I'm gonna take that second shade that we used on the outer part of the lid, just dipping it back into the brush that we used it with, and just kind of blending it into the middle, just so those two shades can touch and blend together even more. Like that. Ooh, that's so pretty. And doing the same thing with Colourpop, dipping into that purple up here and just kind of touching that lighter shade so they can blend together. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I'm excited about this look. This looks so good, even without the lashes. And I know with the lashes, this is gonna make it look 10 times better. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply, oh, I am dropping stuff. I'm gonna apply some eyeliner and I'm gonna put this on my waterline. So I have the Pat McGrath eyeliner in the shade Black Coffee and I have my Essence eyeliner in the shade Dark Brown. So both of these are brown liners. I'm gonna swatch them on my hand so y'all can see them. My battery is about to die. But I wanted something, I just wanted brown on my waterline just so it won't look too harsh. So Essence, which is super duper cheap, and then Pat McGrath, which is not so cheap. So yeah, just to save time, I'm gonna go ahead and do that off camera, and I'm gonna smudge out my bottom lash line using the purple. Yeah, the purple, the matte purples that we used. I'm gonna smudge it out using this purple and then the one that's in the Colourpop palette. So yes, let me do that and apply my lashes. By the way, the lashes I'm using are 2 different lashes. So I'm gonna do my usual Ardell Remy lash in the style 778. I'm gonna put this on this side, and then I'm gonna put the new Anastasia Beverly Hills lash on this side. This one is in the style Eleganza. I honestly don't really have many lashes in my collection because I'm always sticking with my Remy lashes by Ardell because these are my favorite lashes. I never switch up. These are just the ones that I always wear in my videos, and I just haven't found any ones that are better than this, that are more affordable than this. So this is the lash that I always wear, and I thought these by Anastasia were the closest to it. I did receive these in PR, so I wanted to try them out. And I don't know, I just felt like this one, out of all of the ones that I received, these were closer to the Ardell Remy lashes because I didn't have any other lashes to compare these to. So yes, let's see how this looks. So I'll be right back. Okay girl, we are back and the lashes are on. We have Anastasia right here and Ardell Remy lash right here. The biggest difference that I see already is Anastasia is shorter than the Ardell Remy lash, and also Anastasia lash is thinner than the Ardell Remy lash. So this is pretty much like a double wispy. It's a little bit thicker, it's a little bit more fluffy than Anastasia, and y'all see right here it stops. Do y'all see what I'm talking about? So there's more space in this area than it is right here because we do have some lash, a little bit of wispy right there, but both of the lashes are positioned in the same spot. So I have no space at the end over here, but I do have more space right here versus the one by Remy Ardell. So let me know which lash you guys like the best. Do you like Anastasia? Again, the style is Eleganza. Or do you like my Holy Grail lash, which is my Ardell Remy lash, the style 778. So let me know. Let's talk about it down below in the comments. Right now I'm gonna go ahead and dust away this powder on my nose. I'm just gonna use the brush that I had the loose powder on earlier. Okay, so blushes. I had a really hard time with deciding on which blush to use in today's video because you guys know I've already done several of these types of videos and comparing my blushes to each other. But I really wanted to compare the new Fenty Ruby Riches to the new NABLA blush, well, glass skin finish glow powder in the shade Adults Only, because both of these colors are pretty much the same. And I know one may be a little bit cheaper than the other. They're not like a big price difference, but this one is Fenty and then we have this one by NABLA. And I just feel like they're both really close. So that's why I wanted to use them today. So I'm gonna swatch Fenty first, so y'all can see it on my hand. There's Fenty and then NABLA. I don't know, I just feel like they're so close. Yeah. Girl, these are so similar. So if you have one, you honestly don't need to get the other. But I'm gonna put NABLA on this side of my face and then I'm gonna put Fenty on this side. So going in with NABLA first. And these are really pigmented, so you have to be really careful with this. I'm just gonna put it right here. Just lightly sweep it. Look at how pretty that is. I'm gonna wipe that brush off and I'm gonna go into Fenty. By the way, this is by Joa Beauty and I got this from CVS for like $6. Really, really affordable. But yeah, let's go into Fenty and do the same thing. Just lightly sweep it on the skin. Okay, so we're almost done. Now let's go into highlighter, y'all. So, Soul Beauty, I don't know if you guys are familiar with them, but they are on Colourpop and they just came out with highlighters that look really, really close to the Marc Jacobs highlighter, which I already had in my collection. And I wanted to compare these to my Marc Jacobs and also just to pretty much share these with you guys because these just launched. They're affordable. They're called the Shimmering Body Powder. So I have the shade Golden and I also have the shade Bronze. So let me open them up so y'all can see how they look. But yeah, when I first saw these, I thought they looked really, really, really close to the Marc Jacobs highlighter. So this one is Golden. Look how pretty this is. I haven't taken off the little sticker on the mirror yet, but there's Golden. And I want to swatch them so y'all can see. So let's swatch Golden. By the way, these feel so freaking creamy and smooth. Girl, look at that. Look at that glow. And then the next one is Bronze. These are kind of hard to open too, by the way. You have to stick your fingernail in it and then pop it open like that. But this is Bronze. And let's swatch Bronze. Oh, wow. I like this one already. Just by the finger swatch, I like this one so much. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Do y'all see? Look at those. Now, my Marc Jacobs may not be the same shade as either one of these because it's a little bit lighter. But just so y'all can see what Marc Jacobs looks like. So this is how it looks on the inside. The color is called Guilty. And I think this was like a limited edition highlighter because I don't see it on Sephora anymore. I think you can, well, it may not be limited edition. They probably just took it off Sephora. You can probably get it from somewhere else, but this is how Guilty looks right there. So this is a rose gold. So it has that peachy, orange, pretty rose gold look to it, and then these are gold and then like a true bronze color right there. But the ones I'm using today, I'm actually gonna use Golden today. I really want to use Bronze, but it is nothing like Marc Jacobs. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna use this bronze shade and then Marc Jacobs because I mean, for the sake of the video, one side high-end, one side affordable. But yeah, they have two more other shades. I wanted to just get two of the darker shades because I felt like that would be safe and I knew it would work for my skin tone. But the shade, the third shade to the last, they have 4 shades in total. I think the third shade would be closer to the Marc Jacobs highlighter. And I'm gonna take my Milani highlighting brush to apply the Soul highlighter. Oh wow, this is, it's pretty, but it's actually going on more glittery. Do y'all see? Okay. Don't know how I would like this. You know what? I should have just wet my face with a setting spray because it definitely would have gone on better if my face was damp. But this is how it looks without spraying my face. Up close, I can see, yeah, it's not that wet, smooth highlighter look like some highlighters are. This one is more glittery. And you can definitely see the glitter. But I'm pretty sure if it was wet, it won't look as glittery. But I'm still gonna go ahead and apply that right here. And then so y'all can see what Marc Jacobs, I don't think I've used this on my channel recently. I know I've used it several times before, but not recently. I'm gonna take the same brush, just flip it over and apply Marc Jacobs. Oops, piece of hair on this side. See how Marc Jacobs just, look girl, this is so pretty. Ooh, it's so pretty. Last step is the lips. I want something light, like really, really light, because I want it to kind of match up this, but also kind of ombre, so the lips won't look too powdery. So I pulled out my nude lipstick in the shade Cashmere. This is by Revolution Pro, and the Too Faced lipstick in the shade Sunday Funday. Now both of these are pretty light, and I do wear lip liners with both of them. So this one is Revolution Pro. Girl, when I tell you, these are the best matte lipsticks that are under $10. You get these from Ulta. They're so good. They have a red one. I have them actually back here. I don't know if y'all can see, but they sit right there. I have a red one, and I also have a really pretty magenta one, but this one is my favorite as far as like a nude. And Sunday Funday by Too Faced is very, very, very close to it. Right there. But yeah, I wanted the lips to kind of match the eyes, like the lighter part of the eyes, but also kind of fade out with the darker liner. So I'm gonna first apply the Revolution Pro on the lips, and I'm gonna apply these first instead of applying my lip liner first, because usually when I apply lip liner first, it makes the lips a little bit darker because I kind of go heavy with my lip liner. All right, now applying the Too Faced lipstick, and both of these do have a soft matte finish, but it's not gonna be matte because I did keep my lip balm on my lips, so they're not gonna look too matte, but it's okay. All right, so that is how it looks before applying my lip liner. I chose a brown liner for today's look. So Colourpop Makeup Shayla in the shade BFF4. And then this side, I'm gonna use the KKW Beauty lip liner in the shade Nude 3. I feel like both of these are pretty much the same exact lip liner. They look exactly the same. The formula is the same. It's just Colourpop is way cheaper, but they're literally the same color. But yeah, this side is KKW. And this side, Colourpop. I almost forgot setting spray. So this side, Smashbox Photo Finish setting spray. And this side, I'm gonna take the Maybelline Lasting Fix setting spray. So let's apply Maybelline on this side, and then Smashbox on this side. All right, so this is the final look, as if you guys haven't already seen it in the intro, but yes, this is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want me to do another one like this by letting me know the products you want me to compare. So leave those products down below in the comments. Y'all know I love to do these videos, so let me know your suggestions, what products you want me to compare, all of that good stuff. So let me know down below. All of the products that I used in today's video, I've already used. I'm very familiar with. The only new product that I tried out was the new Soul Body highlighter, which I am not a true fan of it as a face highlighter. I mean, it is a body highlighter, so it's supposed to be used, you know, on your body, but I feel like body highlighters can also be used on your face as well. But I mean, if you wet it, which I didn't do in the video, but I feel like if you wet the product or just spray your face first and then apply it on your face, it won't look as glittery. I will be using this in another tutorial on my channel. You guys know I never just use one product and then just, you know, throw it to the side. So I will be using this in another video, or just updating you guys on this product in another video. But that is all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I feel like I'm talking way too fast only because my camera is about to die, but I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if there's anything that I shared in today's video that you guys have already tried out. What are your thoughts on the products? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? So let's go ahead and chit chat down below in the comments. Also, I do giveaways on my channel every single month. So every month I give away one box to one person. And I'm gonna go ahead and leave a clip right here so you guys can see what is in this month's box. So it's super easy to enter. All you have to do is make sure that you are subscribed. Make sure you thumbs up this video, as well as leave a comment down below in the comment section. And I really don't want the comments to be anything about the giveaway. Let's talk about the products that I shared in today's video. What do you like about it? What do you dislike about it? Also, give me suggestions on another video like this, like what products you guys want me to compare, compare. So that's it. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Make sure you are subscribed if you're not subscribed already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Whew, my camera didn't die. Yes.